This is in no way my attempt to justify my comic book obsession. And this story, I really, really like. Artwork, the storytelling. Hello, welcome to another episode of The Pull List. My name is Travis. Let's talk about Arthur Suydam. Arthur Suydam is known for mixing sequential art with classical painting styles, but most of the mainstream knows him for his work on Marvel zombies, most notably the covers. He takes classic superhero poses and reimagines them as zombies. And over the weekend there was a bit of controversy surrounding the self-proclaimed Zombie King at the Montreal Comic-Con. Creator Jim Zub brought the alleged happenings to light on Twitter, citing some questionable table behavior. Zub claimed that the then unnamed artist had taken 4 tables in Artist Alley, 3 of which he had not paid for. For those of you who have never been to a convention before, Artist Alley is an area with all of these tables filled with all of these different creators, professional and amateur artists alike, where they can display their artwork, they can do commissions, they can sell merchandise. It's a good time. And usually in Artist Alley there is a different creator at each table. This artist had 4 tables. As Jim Zub further explained on Twitter, he just shows up early, sets up his gargantuan booth, and takes down the signage for the people next to him. No regard for anyone else. The shows don't stop him, so he just continues his ego-fueled awfulness year after year. And then he posted a picture of Arthur Suydam's gigantic booth. And then the online comic community exploded. Creators talking about their awful dealings with Suydam and how big of a jerk he is. Convention staff talking about how he just takes other tables and they have to relocate those artists to other tables in the convention center. So why doesn't anyone stop him? Why don't the creators go, Arthur, this is my table, what the heck? Why don't the convention staff go, Arthur, this is that person's table, what the heck? It's believed that conventions will just fold to his demands because he's a big name artist, and rather than ruffling feathers, they would just rather relocate the other artists to not cause any drama. But it's not entirely the convention's fault. With a huge convention to run, the organizers don't have time to deal with that drama. When they have to make sure that panels, photo ops, and everything else goes in a timely manner, there's a lot that happens at a convention. And I'm not sure that the average volunteer is even equipped to handle a situation like that. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen a convention volunteer in Artist's Alley. They're always with the celebrities or with people trying to figure out where they need to go. But then yesterday, on Tuesday, Arthur Suydam issued a statement which would undoubtedly clear the whole thing up. And I'm really surprised I got through that with a straight face. The statement isn't long, but I did just want to bullet point a couple of the things because it's a really bizarre non-apology. Suydam claimed that the Montreal show changed the floor plan for everyone and just didn't notify everyone. He claimed that a troublemaking fan artist, Jim Zub, was spreading false fabrications, lies, things like that, and he had no idea what was really going on. He also called Jim Zub, who is Canadian by the way, the guy that sat across from us during the entire convention, and he noted how few people went to Jim Zub's table, but a whole bunch of people came to my table. But instead of saying my table, he said the Americans' table, so is he like trying to start some sort of American-Canadian war? And he's basically patting himself on the back saying, look, Jim Zub doesn't have any fans. I have a ton of fans. I'm in the right. Which is completely untrue because Jim Zub has a ton of fans. Then here's the kicker. Suydam said, the low IQ online crowds, too lazy to check facts, more interested to turn simple misunderstandings into an opportunity to create some trouble, jumped in. Wow. And then Rob Guillory, the artist who draws Chew, tweeted today, I'm the last to tell someone how to run their career, but calling internet people low IQ is like putting out a fire with a flamethrower. So in his statement, Suydam blamed the convention, the other artists, and the low IQ masses of the internet, literally everyone but himself, for taking tables. Fun side note, that statement has actually been taken down off of the original website in which it was posted because his PR people were like, whoa, that wasn't supposed to be posted online. Take it down, please. Now look, I think it's pretty selfish to think that you're above the rules of the convention that invited you and that your work is that much more important than your fellow artists. I don't care if you're an A-list artist or a D-list artist. Those creators paid for those tables. You are not more deserving than those people to just take their spot. And big name or not, this negatively affects those creators whose tables were taken. Imagine looking at the convention guide to try to find an artist that you really want to see. if that table has been moved, if the artist is in a different location, that guide is no good. If you are the artist, people who are looking for you are going to have a really hard time trying to find you if the guide is no good. Booths cost money. The creators pay for them. The fans come and see the creators, and if the creators and the fans don't meet up, the creators can't make the money back that they spent on buying the table. You see how this works? It should be, and most of the time is, one table per artist. And if you need more than one table for some reason, then just pay for them. And apparently Suydam is famously not very nice to fans and other creators. I've met him a couple times. He seemed really nice, but he's one of the only content creators that does not sign for free. And if artists do charge, they usually charge like $5 or something, but Suydam won't sign anything unless you buy a $20 print. This is the only piece of Arthur Suydam artwork that I have. It's Zombie Batman, and I bought this not knowing his rule, just because I liked the art print. I didn't know that I needed to buy it for him to sign anything that I had. And there were people saying that it was very unprofessional to make such a big deal about this online, that it should have been handled at the convention. Just go up and talk to him, convention staff intervene, have everybody go to where they're supposed to be, no muss, no fuss. But it seems from other reports from convention staff and photos and things like that, that this is a thing that he does. He will go to the convention and take like 3 or 4 tables all for himself, and then the other people will have to move. Kind of want to beat him in the face with a newspaper and say, "No, Suydam, don't do that. Put him down, Suydam." I've seen him at, I think, 3 shows, and each time he had 3 or 4 tables, but I just thought that he was buying the tables because he has such a big spread. But because of this online uproar, I can see that that probably wasn't the case. Maybe he was taking tables from other people. And now, because of this, other people in the future at conventions, if they see him with more than one table, can be like, Suydam, come on, convention staff, is this legitimate? Taking other people's tables? What's going on? And in the future, the convention staff can stop this unprofessional thing from happening. The silver lining to all of this is that the comic industry is still very small compared to other entertainment industries. In the comic industry, people get called out for being jerks, which means that not a lot of people in the comic industry are jerks. So then the people who get called out for being jerks, other people know not to do business with those jerks. It's just jerk science. Hashtag jerk science. So in the comments down below, let me know what you think about this whole fiasco. Should the convention have stepped in earlier? Should other content creators have spoken up sooner? What do you think should have been done, and where can we go from here? That's it for this episode of The Pull List. My name is Travis. Thank you for fueling my comic book obsession, and you will see me soon.